Welcome to the agenda meeting of South Plainfield Mayor and Council for December 16, 2019. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
And Councilman Dean's absent this evening. Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Vesh?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Wallach?
Here.
Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this evening we have one matter on for executive session is contractual pertaining to public service. We have council minutes for December 2nd. We have a presentation for the promotion and swearing in of police officers. There are 3 ordinances on for a second reading by title. We have 20 resolutions on this evening, 4 matters of correspondence, payment of bills totaling $885,333.78, council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council comments on agenda items?
None.
Seeing none. Can I get a motion for executive session resolution 19-371, contractual for public service?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, second by Councilman Vess. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? At this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. At this point, I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Before we get started, there's probably 10 or 15 seats on to my left. If there, anybody in the hallway, if you guys want to come in, or some of the folks in the back, or if you're happy out there, that's okay as well. But, no? 1?
2.
2. Okay. All right, again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and JSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Vesh?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Wallach?
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilman Vess. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, I ask that you give this council the wisdom to govern over our borough, and I ask that you keep all of our emergency personnel safe. Amen.
At this point, once again, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. Can I get a motion for the approval of council minutes for December 2nd agenda and public?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vesh?
Abstain?
Abstain. Councilman White?
Yes.
And Council President Wallach?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. As mentioned, we have on tonight's agenda a promotion ceremony for 3 officers. Before we turn it over to Council President Wallach, I'll ask for a motion authorizing the promotions of the following 3 police officers with an annual salary pursuant to the salary ordinance and/or local contract. Lieutenant Peter Papa will be promoted to captain. Sergeant Christopher Colucci promoted to lieutenant. And K-9 Officer Michael Grasso will be promoted to sergeant. Can I get a motion for Resolution 19-371?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President Wallach. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Vesh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Recuse. My employer is a member of the South Plainfield Police Department.
And Council President Wallach?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. At this point, we'll turn it over to Council President Wallach.
Okay, the first gentleman we're doing is Captain Pappas. Law enforcement career path. Captain Peter Pappas is a 16-year veteran of the South Plainfield Police Department, having joined in July 2003. He began his law enforcement career in Seaside Heights Police Department as a Class 1 Special Police Officer in 2002. He attended Ocean County Police Academy and graduated as the academic valedictorian in 2003. Captain Papa was assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division and then later to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office Narcotic Task Force. In 2010, he was promoted to sergeant and served in that role as a night shift supervisor. In 2015, he was promoted to lieutenant and has served in that role as a day shift supervisor. Captain Papa has received an Exceptional Duty Medal, 4 Honorable Service Medals, 3 letters of commendation during his career. He also received a commendation from the New Jersey Narcotics Officer Association for his work while assigned to the Narcotics Task Force. Captain Papa was a long-term resident of South Plainfield, graduate from South Plainfield High School in 1999. He is a graduate of the Indian City Technical Diesel School and worked for a short time in the diesel repair field. Captain Papa has a 3-year-old daughter, Rayanne. He's the son of Joseph and Martha Papa, has a sibling, Annette. His father, Joseph, retired from the South Plainfield Police Department in 2013. So if you could come up now, and the mayor will swear you in.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, Council President.
Okay, next is Lieutenant Christopher Colucci. Lieutenant Christopher Colucci is a 21-year-old veteran of South Plainfield Police Department, hired in November of 1998. He graduated from the New Jersey State Police Academy in Seagirt in March of 1999. Lieutenant Colucci served as a patrolman for 6 years in the Operations Division before being assigned to the Detective Bureau. Lieutenant Colucci worked as both a general assignment and juvenile detective for 8 years, and then returned to patrol where he was promoted to the rank of sergeant. After starting out as a patrol sergeant, Lieutenant Colucci proposed and established a separate juvenile division that would serve under the Detective Bureau within that division. Colucci served as a detective sergeant while supervising the 3 school resource officers and juvenile detectives. During this time, Lieutenant Colucci reinstated the South Plainfield Police Junior Police Academy and served as the SPJPA superintendent. Throughout his career, Lieutenant Colucci has been an active supporter of the youth of the community. Since graduating the Police Academy, he has served as Police Athletic League liaison to the Recreation Department, to the Police Athletic League president, and coach of several youth sports teams. Lieutenant Colucci is a lifelong resident of South Plainfield, a graduate of South Plainfield High School. He was a sergeant in the United States Air Force and a Gulf War veteran, having served from 1989 through 1997. After serving the military, Lieutenant Colucci was a federal officer within the Department of Justice, assigned to custody before joining the South Plainfield Police Department. Christopher has been married to his wife, Shannon, a teacher employed by the South Plainfield Board of Education for 17 years. They have 3 daughters, Chelsea, Grace, and Sophie. He is the son of Nicholas, a Korean War veteran who served in the United States Army, and the late June Colucci. Chris has a brother, Nicholas, a retired New Jersey State Police lieutenant, and a sister, Ellen. Anna?
Calucci,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And And last but not least, Officer Grasso. Officer Michael Grasso is a 17-year veteran of the law enforcement. He started his law enforcement career with the City of Plainfield in February 2003. After being laid off from the city, Officer Grasso was then hired by the Borough of Carteret in January 2004. He remained there until his transfer and joined the ranks of the South Plainfield Police Department in October 2005. Officer Grasso has been assigned to the Patrol Division since his hire. In 2012, he was selected to be a canine officer along with his partner Kaiser. The unit graduated from the Union County Canine Academy in 2012 for narcotics and 2013 for patrol. Officer Grasso has received several letters of accommodation, several medals, and life-saving medals. Officer Grasso was born and raised in South Plainfield. He graduated South Plainfield High School in 2000. After high school, Officer Grasso attended Kane University for 2 years until he was hired by the Plainfield Police Department. Officer Grasso served with his brother Antonio Grasso, who was also an officer with the South Plainfield Police Department, as the son of Antonio Grasso and Doris Yorks. Officer Grasso.
I state your name.
I, Michael Grasso,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'm okay.
It's up to you, Commissioner. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations to Captain Papa, Lieutenant Clucci, and now Sergeant Grasso. So you guys should be commended for your knowledge of policing and also for your dedication to your career in this community. And the just the honor that you have and the faith that you've earned from your fellow patrol officers and also from the staff here and from Chief Parker. With that, I can guarantee you that you'll have the full faith and support of the entire governing body as you start a new chapter in your career. And with that, also the faith of the entire borough of South Plainfield. The department does a great job. It starts with leadership from the top, and it continues all the way down. So with new responsibilities come great challenges, a new year. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I just simply wish you all the best of luck in your new roles. So congratulations. I know you guys will all do very well. Councilman Best.
Yes, I would just like to congratulate you guys and your families. Also wish you happy holidays. And as always, my sincerest wish is that you return home from work in the same condition that you went. And just be safe. And thank you for your service.
Thank you. Councilwoman Faustini.
Yes, I just want to wish all three of you continued success in your new roles, and I do pray that you are all protected from harm. And thank you to you and your families for your continued service.
Thank you, Councilman Benjavanga.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to the three of you. Having sat here for the past 13 years and being there for the promotion of Sergeant for Peter and then Lieutenant and then Captain, and the same with Lieutenant Colucci and now Michael, it's really an honor to be here to be able to witness that. And I think it's even more of an honor that Pete and I went to Sacred Heart School together. Mike and I played soccer since when we were had a lot of hair, but about 6 or 7 years old. So I've known these two individuals most of my life, and to sit here and be able to witness that swearing in is really a tremendous honor. So congratulations to all three of you. Congratulations to your family, and have a happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to say congratulations. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the sacrifice that your families have given to allow you to participate in a servant's capacity in law enforcement. I couldn't help when listening to your bios about the diversity in your backgrounds. And looking around, you can see the credibility and equity that you built amongst your peers. And as we see our police department in a transition, as we have some of the former leadership leaving, I think that we're well positioned with the diverse background, with the commitment, and with the respect that you've earned amongst your peers to move the department forward, and with the current leadership that's in place as well. So thank you very much. Happy holidays to you and your families, and God bless you all. Council President asked me if I would read the patrolman's prayer, if you all don't mind. O Almighty God, whose great power and eternal wisdom embraces the universe, watch over all of our patrol officers and law enforcement officers. Protect them from harm in performance of their duties to stop crime, robberies, riot, and violence. We pray, help them to keep our streets and our homes safe by the day and the night. We commend them to your loving care, but their duty is dangerous. Grant them unending strength and courage in their daily assignments. Dear God, protect these brave heroes. Grant them your almighty protection. Unite them safely with their families after duty has ended. An unknown author, but definitely a prayer from the hearts of all of us who love and respect you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Police Commissioner and Council President Wallach.
Congratulations, all three of you. Just by the sheer numbers of people in attendance, you know that you guys are really loved in our community, and you guys do a really great job. Protect their brave hearts. Grant them your almighty protection. Just Godspeed to you. Welcome to your promotion, and have a nice holiday. And thanks for all your service, everyone.
Thank you. At this point, we'll offer Chief Parker or any of the command staff an opportunity to say some words as well.
I'll keep this brief. First, I'd really like to thank the mayor and the council. Without them, we would not be able to do this. So I'd like to give a round of applause for them, because without these guys are the greatest, and it's been wonderful. Lastly, of course, the three promotions that were made today, the three, Captain Papa, Lieutenant Colucci, Sergeant Grasso. Congratulations to all three of you. It's well earned. Your family should be very proud of you. Our department's very proud of you. You guys are going to do great. I have all the faith, and you have my support. So with that, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Well done, Chief. Anyone else? Okay. At this point, we will take a brief recess, allow you guys to disperse. Or if you want to stay and attend the rest of the council meeting, you're more than welcome to do so. But we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
No, that was fine. The bags. Perfect. Yeah, we gave them the bags back.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for putting that together.
We'll be back after our usual half dozen people.
Park my carcass next to Wayne.
I know, I just read the lips of somebody over here.
Yeah,
said,
it's
"I'm
funny.
freezing."
They do this and edit this person and there's nobody there. It's like when they have proclamations and all that. Yeah, that's it. It's all right, at least they come out. Rob.
All homegrown guys, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, you haven't replaced. How many guys you have? Oh, yeah? It's pretty big.
Welcome back, everyone. We have 3 ordinances on for second reading and final adoption. First, ordinance 2159.
An ordinance amending Ordinance 2147 that provides for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the years 2019 through 2023 for non-union commission and board secretaries.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2159?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavenga, seconded by Council President Wolak. As this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments on ordinance 2159. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments?
None.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2160.
An ordinance amending Ordinance 2129 that provides for the compensation of employees of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the years 2020 through 2023 for non-union professionals and governing body.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2160?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Again, as this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2160. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments?
Nothing, Mayor.
None.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2161.
An ordinance amending Ordinance 2136 that provides for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the years 2019 through 2023 for DPW Teamsters Local Union 469.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2160?
Motion.
2161.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. Again, as this is for final adoption, open up for public comments on ordinance 2161. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments?
Nothing,
None.
Mayor.
Seeing none, Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
For resolutions, do we need any separation?
Yes, Mayor, resolution 374.
374, any others? Okay.
Nothing, Mayor.
Can I get a motion for adoption on resolution 19-374 only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Council President Wolak. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Recuse, as Mr. Muglia is my cousin. Even though he's a 100% disabled vet, I will have to recuse myself from this vote.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for resolutions 19-372 and 375 to 391?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Council President Wolak. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. We have 4 items of correspondence for tonight. Property Maintenance Monthly Report for November, Zoning Board Minutes of August 20th and September 17th, Environmental Commission Minutes from October 9th, and the Traffic Safety Commission Minutes September 25th and October 23rd. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for payment of the bills of $885,333.78?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Wolak?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Mr. Cullen, anything for us tonight?
Yes, Mayor, just one quick item here, 2 items. One, I think I mentioned at our meetings in October that I thought the borough would finish 2019 with possibly our largest rateable base aid ever, and I think that will happen. And today, I didn't have time to get to Amy, but Moody's issued their annual comment on Borough's general obligation bonds. I'll have it for the next council meeting as correspondence. It's very similar to a year ago. I think it's pretty positive. You know, one of the items that they mentioned in here is, you know, South Plainfield's strong economic and tax base. They reference a low debt burden, and I think it's a good read for everybody. Like I said, it's very similar to a year ago, and, you know, we have maintained our AA2 rating. So I'll give it to Ms. Antonides, and it'll be, but it was published today, so technically it's public information today, but it'll be in January's correspondence. And with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Miller, anything for us?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Over the weekend, we had a problem with a sewer line off of Hadley Road. It's a main line in town. It collapsed, and we've had to get some pumps in to bypass the line as an emergency procedure. And I got a hold of a contractor over the weekend, and we coordinated the project, and he started it today. So we're also working out there with Parsa to TV the line to get the exact limits of what the repair is going to be. And right now, it looks like we're going to probably have to do about 50 feet of the line, and then maybe rehab the line by relining it. So it's going to be an ongoing project for a couple of days, and then we'll assess what we need to do if we have to reline the whole section of pipe or not. So I'll keep you up to date as soon as I know more.
Because it's so new, Mayor, I didn't walk on a resolution tonight declaring the emergency because we're really supposed to identify the number right now and a number of other things, so it's very, very preliminary. It will be on in our January meeting, and it will be retroactive to 2019, and we may be required to have an ordinance for it.
Okay.
So I have to call the bond council because we obviously had pipe collapse over there on New Brunswick Avenue. So, you know, that one there, when you combine the two, Mr. Miller doesn't think this is gonna be as much as that, but we really don't know right now. I mean, it's, you know, the only fortunate thing is it's not in the roadway. It's in the grass over by motor vehicles, so if you pass by motor vehicle and you see all this digging going on, that's, you know, that's the main, but I guess it's downstream from the pumping station, and, you know, we think there's a significant amount of work. The pipe's, 13 feet under the ground, Len? Once again, it's not something that's easily accessible, so it's gonna be costly. So, with that, progress.
That was actually Mr. Miller's report.
My portion
Mr.
of
Miller,
Mr. Miller's report.
are you done?
Progress from, yes.
All done.
Thank you, Ms. Antonides.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman-elect Smith, would you like to say anything?
Happy holidays to everyone.
That's what I thought. Councilwoman-elect Mott, anything?
Yes, just happy holidays to everyone as well.
Thank you. Councilman Best.
Yes, thanks, Mayor, and again, happy holidays to everyone. And I would like to thank Mr. Miller for always precluding my report. It made my job really easy. And with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Faustini.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy everything you celebrate, Happy New Year. And I just want to thank everyone up here for a great year. I enjoyed working with everyone since this is the last meeting. And since it's a good time to mention, I see some committee people out there. I want to thank everybody who's been volunteering on all our committees for all their hard work and service this year as well. And with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Benjavenga.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you,
Merry
Mayor.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everybody, Happy Holidays, and hope you all have a Happy New Year. I do want to thank Councilman Besh for the past 3 years sitting up here. It's been a pleasure working with him. I know it's his last meeting, but I'll have some things to say on reorg, but I do want to thank you without the big crowd and all that stuff for always reaching out to me and working with Mr. Miller and your knowledge in the DPW department. And the fact that you showed up tonight while there's a storm out there really means a lot. So, and you know, thank you for all the service that you've done over the past 3 years, and I'm sure we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy, safe, New Year, prosperous one. Just continue to look to help others along the way. Give them a hand up and not a handout. And to Councilman Vesh, I wanted to say thank you very much. I know whenever I needed something, you were always there, responsive, and appreciated, and you'll be missed.
Thank you.
All right. Progress.
Thank you. Council President Wallach.
Again, I'd like to thank Councilman Vesh and Councilman Dean for the hard work for the last 3 years. We appreciate it. The town appreciates it. Nobody really understands what it's like until you're in those shoes. So again, thank you very much. I want to thank everybody. It's been a year. I can't believe it's been a year that I've been council president. I had a nice time, and it was a nice experience. Thanks for putting your trust in me, everyone, to let me be council president this year. And with that, Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Hope everyone has a lot of fun. I know it's coming up really quick, and it'll be here before you know it. So with that, progress.
Thank you, Council President. Again, Councilman Vesk, thank you for everything. I know you're not going anywhere, really, but hopefully you'll have a little bit more time to play golf, and maybe we'll actually get out there at some point and do that.
That is my plan.
Exactly. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. But great job, as always, and like I said, I think you've been an asset to the community, and it's certainly a help to Mr. Miller and, with that expertise. So thank you for everything.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
As everybody had mentioned, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. I know it's easier said than done, as with 6 less shopping days, I guess, in this particular season. But hopefully you had an opportunity to take advantage of some of the public celebrations, caroling and Christmas tree lighting, and just family parties and office parties that you may have had throughout this season and within the next couple of weeks. And in addition to that, relax, spend some time with your family. It's important. It goes by quickly, as we all unfortunately know, sometimes much later than we would like. But never too late to sit back and reflect. And like the councilman said, be thankful for everything that we have, and just be thankful for this time of year. It is a special time of year. With that, I'll open it up to anything that's on your mind tonight. Yes, Ms. Lepore. Oh, before I get to Ms. Lepore, since it was mentioned, or almost mentioned, I think the reorg for the governing body will be, January 4th? Saturday, January 4th at noon or 1? Noon. Saturday, January 4th at noon. So I know everybody's anxious to come out on that first Saturday of the new year, but if you're making your plans, that's when it will be. Ms. Lepore.
Thank you. Suzanne Lepore, Bullard Place. Just a quick question. What is the progress on Plainfield Avenue? They didn't switch to days, by the way.
Correct.
And I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Yes, they haven't switched the days. And the weather has caused PS to have to cancel. Like, tonight was canceled due to weather.
Okay.
So they were ahead of schedule while working at night, and so they decided to continue working at night. And the weather has thrown them behind schedule, but obviously when they're not working, they're not working.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So like tonight,
Yeah.
they're not working.
Yeah.
I think last week there was a couple of days they're not working.
So is there just like do they have a projection of when they'll be done?
I still think they're like a week and a half, 2 weeks out.
Okay. All right. No, just, it's an inconvenience trying to get across Plainfield Avenue. So that's why I just wanted to, I see they're getting farther down, so I think it's going to be less of an inconvenience. But for a while it was like, oh God, how the heck am I going to get home?
Yeah, they're almost to the Plainfield border.
Yeah. So, okay. And then just on behalf of the South Plainfield Cultural Arts Commission, I'd like to thank everybody for their support over the year with all of our events. We had a very successful mystery dinner a couple Saturdays ago. We had about 80 some odd people that attended, and a lot of new faces who hadn't come to any of our events before, and they loved it. So we're looking forward to doing that again next year. And last call for anyone who's interested in participating in the holiday decorating, house decorating contest. We will be starting to post videos and pictures of the houses online so that the town favorite can get voted on, and we will be making our selection this week ourselves from the committee, so.
You have a deadline for that?
I think the rough deadline is this coming weekend, but, you know, it depends too on when we start posting stuff, and, you know, we have to give the town a chance to vote on the videos and pictures for the town favorites, so, you know, we may have our picks before we have the town favorite. So, it just depends on how quickly we can get everything posted, especially with the weather. You know, we'll have to get out there and start posting everything, so. But, again, thank you.
Excellent.
And happy holidays to
Thank
everybody.
you.
Same to you.
Anyone else? Ms. Boyle? You're next, Leon. Ms. Boyle, then Leon. Leon, Ms. Boyle.
Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet. Okay, now you made me lose my train of thought. Condolences to Shirley Thompson and her family on the passing of her husband. Condolences to our retired teacher, vice principal, and
Dr.
principal Ken May, who passed away unexpectedly. A reminder that we have our Business Association meeting breakfast on Thursday. Everybody's invited. It starts at 8:30 at Sherbin's. And thank you to everybody who came out to the Mayor's Wellness Blood Drive. We had a really good turnout. And the people that had breakfast with the mayor. That was really good. So again, thank you to all the people. Our next blood drive will be February 4th at the high school. Everybody's welcome to come. You just have to show ID. From 7:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. That's a Tuesday. And happy, safe holidays to everybody.
Thank you, yes, you as well. Leon, what's on your mind? I think it has something to do with a bark.
Last meeting, Mr. Rizzo was going to reach out to other towns to see if they had any problems like I have. Do you know the result of that?
Mickey, he didn't tell you. I know he's,
Reach out to other towns. I did discuss your matter, sir, with Mr. Rizzo today.
Okay.
My understanding is that there's been some progress made in the matter between yourself and the
Yes.
other interested party. I don't know the status of his speaking to any other towns. That I can't comment on, but my understanding is it's moving in the right direction.
She's
hopefully.
supposed to be getting contractors' estimates, and she's going to let me know.
Right.
yeah,
And I know she's been in touch with Mr. Rizzo.
and she had sent me a letter as well, so I don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
you got
I
it.
got
Okay.
that letter here.
Right.
Gotcha, okay.
All we got to do, I guess, is wait, and hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have something.
Yeah, so I guess Mr. Rizzo will continue to look and see what other towns
I've
have done.
been in
and-
touch with him.
Yeah, no, I
right
definitely.
along.
And what's successful, and I don't know if any town has actually had to implement any ordinance that they actually have on the books with this.
Right.
Maybe they have. I mean, I guess you guys will find that out. And then if there's something that makes sense, then the council will look to adopt something very similar, right? So, but hopefully your situation works out well in advance of
If-
that being the case.
If she can't be happy with any of the estimates and can't afford to take the tree down, where do we stand?
Well, and I think we're back to what happens with the outcome of researching what other towns have done and being able to, force it that way. There'll be a delay, like I think Mr. Rizzo had said. This is going to take some time on his part to research it and find out, what's successful. We don't want to put something on the books that turns out not to be very practical and not work, and then we'll be further back because we'll waited 2 meetings to adopt something, find out that it's going to be more problematic than it's worth. So I guess the goal is to find out if towns have had something similar like that, and he's got some methods to reach out to other towns and do that.
Is there any way the town could give her a payment plan?
I don't think so, but,
I'm just,
well, I wouldn't say no, because anything is certainly possible. That would probably be
even
unique.
if you had.
That
one
would
of
be unique.
Our local tree guys go in there and do it.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
wouldn't
then-
be performing that service. It would be very difficult. I mean, the providers could certainly work something out for her, but that would make the most, right, practical sense, right? I mean, I don't think that the town would get involved. Like I said, if it goes into, a different ordinance, we don't know what that's gonna look like, so it's hard to, anticipate. But in that instance, I think you could see some kind of tax lien, for the work being done. That's generally what you see when a municipality gets involved, right? You don't see it, a payment plan, that type of service.
I'm just trying to get this over with.
No, we agree, and,
And
well,
I'm worried about what's gonna happen, I think it's tonight with the ice
yeah,
and 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yep.
I mean, I won't know until I wake up.
you won't.
Well, if I may, I think the silver lining is that, in her letter, she clearly states that she would agree to top out the tree. You all have discussed that.
Yes.
And she agrees, she's getting estimates. So she is moving forward. It's not as if there's no dialogue. It's not as if, she's not saying that she would remove portions of the tree. So at least we're moving in the right direction as the attorney
Well,
stated.
this all took effect right after she got the letter from Mr.
Exactly.
Rizzo.
Right. So we at least need
Because
to.
I also sent her a letter, you can keep that.
Thank you.
Hopefully, that was gonna help a little bit. I don't know if it did or not, but Mr. Rizzo's letter made her move.
Right, yeah, then
on it.
I think the next day, she at least had dialogue with you, and then we received a letter on December 12th stating that there had been dialogue, there was a plan in place that we were in agreement with, and that she's going to get estimates, which anyone would do if they're going to remove a tree or do anything in their home, they
Correct.
would get estimates. I think that that's a fair approach, and that she would agree, and you agreed that she would top off the tree down below, I believe, below the shed area.
That was about 12 feet.
Okay, 12
And I was
feet.
happy with that
So-
because it's not gonna go
Right,
anywhere.
so there is an agreement, and, hopefully she'll fulfill her end of the agreement, but I think at this time, in fairness, we would allow her to get her estimates.
Yes.
And then, in turn, in answer to your original question, we'll allow the attorneys to also look into what other municipalities are doing and continue to see if they're implementing it and enforcing it, if it's enforceable, and we'll explore that, but we'll also look for this agreement to be put in place and to be followed and action to be taken on it.
All right.
Okay? But thank you for your comments, we appreciate those, and
And I thank you for your help.
keeping us on point with everything. You're quite welcome.
Pardon me?
I said you're quite welcome.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, close the public portion. We're going into executive session. You are more than welcome to stay. We'll be back as soon as